Extinction is the normal outcome of evolution. Fact of the matter is over 99% of all the organisms that have ever lived are extinct. So it isn't unusual to become extinct, it's actually normal. But there are certain periods in which there's more extinction than usual. We call these mass extinctions.
Mass extinctions can occur over an extended period, or they can happen in the blink of an eye.
These mass extinction events can be seen in the fossil record. You'll find the fossil remains of thousands of life forms in one layer of dirt, and then none of those same plants and animals in the layer directly above. So what that tells us is something caused a lot of things to die between this time and that. Sometimes the distance between those layers of rocks can represent millions of years, and other times they can be months, weeks, or even days.
$250 million years ago, one group of beasts would rise above all others and claim the world as their own. It was the Mesozoic era, and the dinosaurs reigned supreme. And before they were ultimately wiped out, they would evolve to become the fastest, smartest, and most successful animals on Earth.
There are two reasons why dinosaurs took over the planet. The first was their larger-than-average brains. Now, compared to you and I, they're not that smart. But in their time, they were the most intelligent creatures on Earth. But the main reason why they were so successful was because of the design of their hips and legs. The reptiles and mammals of their time had legs that stuck out to the side of their body. This meant that running was a bit more difficult because the entire body waddles from side to side. But the dinosaurs carry their legs directly beneath their body like we do. And this meant that they could run much faster and a lot more efficiently than anything else.
With their superior leg design and large brains, dinosaurs expanded their mastery to cover every continent on Earth and evolved an amazing array of body designs. Giant, long-necked sauropods were able to browse at treetop levels, while other plant-eating dinosaurs were perfectly adapted to take advantage of the low-growing vegetation.
When you look at Stegosaurus and Camarasaurus, you'd be hard-pressed to find two dinosaurs with such different feeding habits. Camarasaurus feeds high in the trees, whereas Stegosaurus was a low browser.
65 million years ago, the giant asteroid that had been hurtling towards Earth finally struck. On land and in the sea, nothing was safe.
All the dinosaurs in the world at that time became extinct, along with a lot of the big reptiles that sort of looked like dinosaurs. Things like mosasaurs, plesiosaurs in the ocean, and on land, of course, the Tyrannosaurus rex and Nanotyrannus and Triceratops, and all the duck-billed dinosaurs and all the little raptors and so forth. It was a pretty much extinction of everything.
For many years, scientists were baffled by this instant Armageddon. To experts, it was astounding that so much carnage could have hit in a sudden, catastrophic event.
The time in geological history that separates the end of the Cretaceous from the Tertiary period is marked with a very distinctive band of clay. You can see this thin band in locations throughout the world, and it clearly marks the spot where something major had taken place. Below it, we find dinosaurs, pterosaurs, and a variety of giant sea reptiles. But above that line, we don't see any evidence of these same creatures. So this layer clearly represents that something dramatic had happened on Earth that caused a mass extinction in a very short time.
The layer that separates the two periods is called the KT boundary. The KT boundary marks the end of the age of dinosaurs and the beginning of the age of mammals. But does the KT boundary signify the absolute end of all dinosaurs? Incredibly, many experts believe that dinosaurs are still among us.
At 65.5 million years ago, the age of dinosaurs came to an end. After that point, mammals were the dominant land-living creature. However, it's important to remember that although the age of dinosaurs came to an end, the dinosaurs themselves did not. Well, it turns out that one branch of that group survived, and that's the great group of birds. Birds themselves are the descendants of creatures very closely related to things like Deinonychus and Utahraptor. And so birds are, by definition, part of the dinosaur group. So the dinosaurs survived, but I have to say, all the really cool ones died out.